folks. Finally getting finished up with gas. It's Thursday the 28th of March. Stare the tractor. I'm in my what you call a Illinois or Iowa field. My good long running and nice straight roads that get to enjoy a little bit. Got about 2/3 of the field done, so we're just plugging away, slowly going at it. I didn't get started till about 10 o'clock, and we got 64 acres done almost. Plus I quit for lunch and pulled 2 tanks, and so we're just getting it done. It runs fast when you got good straight rows and good square fields. So did a couple test strips in it with 250 pounds of anhydrous. I've got those. I've got one up on the east and west runs. That'd be going that way and that way. On the back half of that field, we'll see when we come back around, but I've got one strip up that, and then I've got 2 strips on a corner back over there that's got 250 pounds. I think I did like an acre over there, and I went and put on there's 15 acres with my test plot that will be going into soybeans that we put a 330 on, 300 phosphorus, 300 potash, and 30 sulfur. Just doing that to play a little bit. It was a pretty good amount of money to do, but you know, I'm always wanting to experiment and see what we got, what I can do to build the ground up and maybe improve the ground. This field will be going into wheat next fall, so behind corn, and we'll see what the corn does and if it yields more. Probably just go back on that same patch with another heavy output to see how good see if we can get a high yield wheat in that area. We have alfalfa that in the past, and you can tell on the yield monitor that it just doesn't do what the rest of the field does in some places of it, but otherwise, I mean, it's pretty consistent. And got yelled at yesterday for cleaning up my brush piles. All this was timber at one time, it's really wet. I still have to lay tile up it, but for waste ground, kind of right there, where this corner where that dirt is, I've cleaned that much up this spring. Beans hit 95 on the yield monitor for a little bit, you know, maybe 30-40 feet, but it's just for being waste ground and having beans reading in the upper 70s and 80s, that was I guess pretty ironic, I guess, if you want to say that. Yeah, so eventually I'll have all that stuff cleaned up and tiled out, and might at some point have to throw a terrace in there. I don't know. I think we can get it to hold if we keep tilling it and get a wheat rotation into it. It doesn't really erode that much. What's eroding out is the seeds. They just never dry up, and so whenever we do get a rain with the broken tile, they just run and straight stitches. So I think if I get that fixed, it'll really improve it. So it's, like I said, it's nice running this field. It's one of these days that waterway there, it'll go bye-bye. And we'll maybe gain an acre on that, or half acre, and just make it a little bit better running. Then all these rows can be straight up and down, and since I don't have shutoffs on my planter, it'll just make everything basically a square how I plant this. So you can't get any better stuff than that. But for P&K on the rest of the field, I did a 100-110. It's kind of what everybody puts on around here mostly, or they'll do a 080-80. I don't, a lot of people don't put on any sulfur, but come to find out, we need to put on sulfur to help with the yield. But like there's a couple ditches that we'll build some parallel terraces in here and make everything run where it's just, you don't have to really go around much of a riser. Just make everything flow like it would out in flat fields out there in Illinois or Iowa. So we'll just have to deal with all these holes we got in the electric lines running across it. But let's see if we can get. I love driving a tractor, but sometimes on these straight roads like this, it'd be nice just to have auto steer. But last year they averaged 66 by the time it was all said and done. So I didn't think they did that good. I thought they did about 62, but when they measured the bin from the seed beans, which everything was, it came out that we averaged 58 as a whole on, I think it's 136 acres. So I just tickled to death with that. Just very thankful. We just was lucky enough to get the rains when we needed them, and planted the right population, and I guess tried to take care of them as good as I could. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge out there in my book that, God allows us to learn it. It's available for us to learn and do. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but we're supposed to be stewards of the land. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to take care of this land as good as we can, and raise the best crops we can. I mean, that's just, have something to be somewhat proud about. Be profitable doing it, not fully overspending on, I could have went and put a real heavy mix on this whole field, but that's irresponsible and, not financially smart, and it might not be very healthy for the ground. So, you know, that's why I just did a little bit of it. Went back with a lot lighter load on the rest of it. But kind of really happy yesterday. I've only got 2 payments left on this tractor, so it's almost paid off. I can say the bank doesn't fully own everything, or I could probably say I got one of them paid off and still owe fully on the other one. So we're going in the right direction, slowly but surely. We're getting there. Banker kind of, I went in there to make the payment yesterday. He's kind of like, well, last fall I didn't know how the heck you was going to do it, but you did it. So that that's a good feeling to have. I mean, everybody has a different situation in farming and in their operation, and you know, each tractor's kind of overextended me a lot the last few years, but I've stayed at it and made some, you know, tried to do as much work as I can, and things have kind of picked up a little bit on custom work and what's coming in the pipeline on that. So it's allowing me to get the payments made, and you know, at the end of the day it'll be owned, paid for, have a secured equity in it, you know, kind of basically everything you know, they'll be mine. So the bank won't be able to say, well, we need to come take them from you, or take this tractor, or take these cows, and we'll be free and clear of everything, which is a great goal to have. Kind of just makes me wonder why some guys just trade all this stuff every year, and they might have a little equity in it, but it doesn't, you know, something happens, they might get some money out of it, but they don't have nothing when it's all said and done. I mean, so I don't understand that, but that's just not how I was raised, or how business was not my deal. So, but if it works for people, it works. So I'm not knocking them any. But anyway, so that was 2 rounds, and probably already bored people to death with it. But I got 40 acres left after this. I got Mike Mikes to do, and be done with anhydrous. Covered almost just shy of 2,000 acres this spring. Started February 23rd. Tomorrow's going to be March 30th, so basically a month. We did 2,000 acres, or I did 2,000 acres. Well, me and the old tractor did 2,000 acres, I guess. And appreciate all the help I got from the guys I did custom for, and Mike, and he pulled tanks for me there a few days. Help make things go a little bit smoother and faster. So, well, I hope everybody has a blessed Easter. It's coming up this Sunday, and have a great Good Friday tomorrow. And we'll see you when we have some new items come, I guess. We'll do a few videos on those, and let's see what else. I guess get the planter ready, and probably do a video on that, short video. I don't know what else. you know, we'll be planting corn and stuff, and I'll get a video out in this field. So, but appreciate any views that I get from it, and like I said, have a blessed Easter and Good Friday. We'll see you on next time.